as director, I wait 4 years for this. Thank you so much. DMC is back.
Back in 2018, we got the trailer for Devil May Cry 5. It was peak, literal peak. I did not think the franchise of series would come back ever since like the reboot, and I'm just like, man, this is actually happening. This is happening. I remember my anticipation, my excitement. I didn't care what any other game they showed at E3. I was like, I got my game. I didn't even ask for it, but I got it. I didn't think it was possible. We have it, and I was just excited, ecstatic. And hearing Itsuno say Devil May Cry is back just hit different. I felt like the horizon was good, because after this, Devil May Cry 5 came out the next year, 2019. But before that, you could play the demo, and I just kept replaying it every day or something like that. I remember, and I was so good at the game, dude, because I kept replaying the game. So when Devil May Cry 5 came out the day of, I was crazy at it. Like, I felt like my enemy stepping and all that stuff. I was just good, dude. So it felt good. Game was great. Everything was amazing. A few years later down the line, Special Edition was happening, because Special Edition happened for 4, obviously, and 3, of course. And this was sick. It wasn't exactly everything we got, but we knew that because of COVID, right? COVID affected certain things. It seemed like Itsuno wasn't fully happy with the product he was releasing, because I'm assuming he wanted to add Lady and Trish playable. They didn't make the cut, unfortunately, so that was the sad news about that. But there was still good news with it, because Devil May Cry 5 actually, before Special Edition came out, did win Action Game of the Year, so that had to have been something. They're also doing like the Resident Evil series started getting remakes, so I'm like, okay, there's a lot of potential for other things to happen for Devil May Cry series. So we can only go up from here, right? Right?
Dumbass.
I'm not gonna lie to you, it went straight down. After Special Edition, everything just went down. First, we had the Peak of Combat game, which was a mobile game, which it had potential. It looked great, actually. Like, generally speaking, it looked like it could be a really cool game. There was Dante, Virgil, Lady. It was Devil May Cry 3. Mundus is here for some reason. It's a little weird, but it's its own interpretation. They had people working from China to work on the game, so it's like it was gonna be something different. But hey, it was still going to be accessible and free to play, which is like, oh, that's gonna be interesting. And the game came out. It wasn't good. it just was not good. Nero was even in the game too, which we didn't know how that made sense either, but he was there. But even still, with all that, it just wasn't good, man. But that's okay though, because there was rumors and speculations. Right, of a Devil May Cry anime coming out. Adi Shankar, I'm like, okay, he worked on Castlevania, right? So I'm like, okay, this is about to go crazy. They have him like as the poster boy, basically, like all this stuff for animation. I'm like, okay, it was a lot of potential here. Maybe he's gonna treat it well. He's going to incorporate the things that need to be incorporated. He's not gonna change anything. Oh, he didn't even say we're not going to change anything. Okay, the teaser came out. It looks pretty good. Dante doesn't look too bad. Maybe I'd prefer a little bit more. Since he's younger, DMC3 look, but that's all good. It doesn't look too bad. And it wasn't good. It was not. Devil May Cry is in the name, but you might as well call this a second reboot, basically, because this was not good. Did not follow the source material, which is fine. It could be its own thing. But the problem is that you said that it would be following the source material. You wouldn't change anything. You changed the entire world. Why? And then there's clips of you talking to Kenny Omega. Cool guy, amazing dude. Kenny Omega. Awesome. We love Kenny Omega. And you saying that you were upset when the Devil May Cry 5 got announced, because you wanted to bring back the series.
But I'm passionate about Devil May Cry. Like, I love this thing.
Yeah.
And I love this niche thing.
That's the most important
And now
thing
I can take it and hopefully blow it up to a point where I can expand it and there'll be more of it.
Yep.
Right? So, and I didn't know that there was a Devil May Cry 5 coming out.
You didn't know?
No.
Wow.
I got actually unhappy when they so I signed the deal and I'm like, yeah, great, I'm doing it. And then they're like, good news, we have Devil May Cry 5 coming out.
Were you hoping to play it before doing your adaptation? Is that what you're saying? Or you just...
No, I actually thought the franchise was dead.
Oh, I got you.
Interesting. Season 2 came out. Wasn't good either. Worse. Actually, worse. But it's all bliss, So, I'm not going to say that we have not been getting Devil May Cry stuff, because we have. It's just not good, man. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good quality. Fans of Devil May Cry, not the people who are just new to the game. They only played 5 and that's it. I mean, the people that like really like the series and understand the story. This is not acceptable. It's just not acceptable, man. I'm not saying I don't appreciate getting stuff for Devil May Cry, but it's just not what we want. And it doesn't help the fact that the Resident Evil franchise gets like a game every year. Granted, I love Resident Evil, and Code Veronica getting a remake, I couldn't agree more. That's like the worst Resident Evil game, like out of the main series. It's the worst one. But what's going on? It's like what's happening here? And some people complain like we're not getting enough Resident Evil games. I'm like, are you good? You're not doing anything with some wacky tobacco, are you? Because last time I checked, the last time we got a Devil May Cry game was 6 years ago, my dog. And that was just for like basically an expansion because it's a special edition of Devil May Cry. So you playable Virgil, Legendary Dark Knight, and Turbo Mode. That's it. We haven't got anything else in years besides a bad phone game and a Netflix show that we didn't want. And I guess some people are gonna be like, well, technically, didn't you guys get a new Devil May Cry game this year? No, we got Devil May Cry 5 Devil Hunter Edition, which is just Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition on the Switch. It's the exact same game from 6 years, except they took out a few features from the game and put it on the Switch. So it's a bit of a lesser game in a sense. Not saying it's bad, but it's just they took away some stuff. And then it's just the same game from 6 years, so it's like, oh yeah, it looks pretty good for how old it is, basically. And it can be ran on the Switch too, who would have thought? That's kind of it. It's just a port. It's like, for example, how people wanted a new Darkstalkers game in the PlayStation 3 era, and it's like Darkstalkers could come back or whatever, and they gave us a Resurrection. And so it's like, okay, this is just a port from the other games and a new console. That's kind of what this is. So it's not a new game. It's a new product, but if you wanted to play Devil May Cry, you would have played it probably with the PlayStation, PC, Steam Deck, or Xbox, or whatever, just anything else. So this is cool, but it's just like, this isn't new. Meanwhile, Resident Evil got all that and more. What? Just what? You get what I'm saying here? Because they got movies. They're even getting a movie this year. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Like, at this point, you gotta be trolling me, right? Like the other Resident Evil fans, you gotta be trolling me with some of that stuff. Because the only things that you see from Devil May Cry, at least recently, as the crossovers to like a phone game or something, or the Netflix show, and that's it. So to me, it just makes me think, where is Devil May Cry? Why is this happening? And I think the reason being is a few things. One being that Hideaki Itsuno left Capcom, which, to be fair, I think he was planning to do that for a while now, so it makes sense, to work on Lightspeed Japan Studios, his own studio now, so he's going to be making his own games, which they're going to be fire. So the wallet will be waiting for you if the game is good, which more than likely the case it will be good. So, and the fact that Itsuno's not there, I feel as if he was kind of the one pushing for a new Devil May Cry to Capcom. So I just feel as if since there's no one really doing that inside of Capcom, there might be, but I just don't think so. That they're just focusing their resources on the stuff, which would be like Resident Evil and things of that type of sort. Because obviously there's other games like Monster Hunter 2, but primarily Resident Evil is like their main one, I feel as if, honestly. So that's one reason why I think we are not getting anything, is because no one's like at Capcom really like pushing heavily. There could be, but I just feel as if Itsuno was still working at Capcom, if he would have asked for like, hey, can we make maybe another Devil May Cry in a few years, something like that, or just make another Devil May Cry, it would more likely than happen because of how long he's worked at Capcom and how long he's been in the industry, and people like him. So I just feel as if it was more likely to happen if he was still there. But I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying I think that might be a potential reason why we are not getting one, at least. Could be wrong, but I don't know. Second would be just IPs. Like, for example, recently we just got, in a sense, like a few months ago, Resident Evil 9 and Pragmata. And then they're still working on Mega Man. They're still working on Okami 2. They're still working on Onimusha. They're still working on the Monster Hunter DLC. They're still working at Street Fighter DLC. So they're just working on a ton of stuff. And granted, it's different divisions, but however, I'm pretty sure everybody's really busy. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense, you know. And the last reason would be we got the Netflix adaptation technically, which is new stuff of Devil May Cry. So that is something, even though it's not good at all, but we still have it. So there's that. And there's also the Devil Hunter edition of Devil May Cry 5. Kind of crazy to me, though, that we didn't get Devil May Cry 4 special edition first on the Switch. That's weird, but okay, I guess. But that would be like the why of why we're not getting anything right now. But there's also hope of us actually getting Devil May Cry products, or just a new game, which I just want a game. If you want to give me like a special version of a controller or whatever, cool, I'll take that, but I want a game, and I want to talk about that right now. Jackpot. So recently in May, Capcom did say that they want to have leading brands, and they did mention Devil May Cry in the mix, so there is a chance. Well, there's two things here. It could mean like, hey, this was just meant for like the Switch port. I'm hoping that's not the case, because good golly, gee, please not. And there be more. But it could mean that because they also said sequels and stuff and remakes. So there's a chance for Devil May Cry to get its first remake. Some people have speculation that it could happen in August. I'm not sure if that's a rumor or whatever, but it's a possibility. And you know, Tokyo Game Show has not happened yet, so it's a possibility. So I'm not gonna write that off, you know. So I'm just saying, it's a possibility here. So if Capcom is saying like, hey, we want this IP to be our lead thing, one of its leading things, it's a chance, because in this mix too with the other leading brands, there's Mega Man, and Mega Man is coming back with a new game. So I'm just saying. And Dead Rising is in there, so that makes me think they're gonna be making a Dead Rising 2 remake, more than likely, if that is the case. Obviously, Okami for Okami 2, Dragon's Dogma expansion, so yeah, so I'm hoping for Devil May Cry it's not just a Switch port and something more, so it's a chance that we're going to get some other stuff. Secondly, Hideki Kamiya is back in Capcom now, so there's a chance for us to get some Devil May Cry stuff, because he is the creator of Devil May Cry. He's working on Okami 2, which, fair, Okami needs to come back. Like, I'm never going to complain about that, so that's a good thing. So he might, after that, potentially work on Devil May Cry, or it could be God Hand or Beautiful Joe or whatever. So either or is going to be fine regardless of whatever he's going to work on, but it's a chance it could be Devil May Cry, or maybe someone else, a young buck that is like a fan of Devil May Cry is working on it right now. It might not be Itsuno, might not be him, but someone that is passionate about the series, just like how they did it for Resident Evil 4 Remake and Resident Evil 2. So someone different. It's a possibility that I do want to mention. And thirdly would be, of course, Devil May Cry 5 has sold 2.7 million units altogether, which is pretty crazy, and it's been still selling stuff. And now granted, it's because two reasons mainly. Definitely because of discount prices on Steam or PlayStation, because it goes on sale a lot of the time, like just the whole collection basically. And then second reason, which yeah it is, but it's like, man, I don't like it, it's the Netflix adaptation, which I have to admit it's helping with the sales of the game, which is good. And maybe it can guide people to, like, you know the story. So it's like, okay, the Netflix story ain't that good, so, you know. But yeah. So also, that's another thing. I want to mention this now. I'm hoping that they don't incorporate the story from the Netflix adaptation. We don't need any political. We don't need any of that. And Devil May Cry. That's not what it is. That's not. Don't make Dante weak either. Don't do it. None of that stuff. Please. Just want to mention that earlier. Just please. But that would be what I think could potentially be coming of Devil May Cry. Like, they might be working on the game already, and we don't know it. And it could be Devil May Cry Remake 1. I don't think it's going to be 6. And my reasoning for that is because Devil May Cry 5 and Resident Evil 7 have a thing in common. They're both what brought the series back, basically. And after Resident Evil 7, what did they do after that? They did a Resident Evil 2 remake. So I do think there's a chance that we're just going to get a remake. I might be wrong, and when I made the Devil May Cry concept video for the remake, they could start off with 2. Technically, they could do that. They could start off with 3, 1, 2, because that would be story-wise technically right, but I'm not quite sure. But either way, we're getting a remake, more than likely. Now, if that is the case, we're getting a remake. A big ask, a big favor to the Capcom boys. add like Devil May Cry, if it's 1, just add Devil May Cry RE to differentiate. Like, this is a remake, and for when you look up Devil May Cry, you don't just the older game doesn't get replaced. No one wants that to happen. You should still be able to look up that one, because it's hard to look up the original Resident Evil or Resident Evil 2 because it gets replaced by the remakes. You know what I'm saying? Or 3. That's kind of lame. Well, no, Resident Evil 3 probably has it easier because it's like Nemesis. They took out the name, so, you know. But I'm just saying, RE would help out with that. But yeah, I think we're going to get a remake, more than likely. But either way, that's pretty much it for the video, basically. I just wanted to make this video because I'm like, we might get Devil May Cry products. We might, but we might not. And I wanted to talk about why and my hopes of us getting something. So, yeah. If I said it sounded weird, sorry. I'm not gonna lie, I had a sugar rush. I've been drinking a slushie the entire time, and my nose feels stopped up a little bit, but it's okay. We're all good. We're all good. And if you disagree or agree with me, comment down below in the comment section or whatever. If you liked the video or subscribed, it's cool. If you didn't or did not or do, I said that wrong. It's all good to me. I don't really care. I just hope you enjoyed the video and want to start a conversation about it, like about like your ideas, like, oh, what this concept of Devil May Cry 6 or a remake or whatever. And, you know, just talk to me about it in the comment section or other people. You know, it's all good. Just starting conversations is fun, and just our ideas and how we feel about it. You know, that'd be pretty cool. Also, I want to give a second to thank the people that watched the my concept for Devil May Cry 1 remake video. I want to thank you guys for just commenting on that video, liking, subscribing, even though you don't have to do that. But I do appreciate the commentings the most, because it gets us just to talk about Devil May Cry, what we want for a future game, and just like what we want to see. Like, some people want a 6, some people don't even want a remake, some people do. And it's just like cool stuff to talk about, so I do appreciate that very much so. And I will be continuing doing that series all the way up to 6. I'm not sure which order I'm going to do it, like how I want to start it, because I'm kind of torn of doing 2 things, but we'll see how that goes. But I will be continuing to make that. And also, I am sorry that I forgot Nightmare B Weapon. Everybody's like, you forgot about Nightmare B Weapon, this guy, this clown. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I never really get that weapon when I play the game. I just keep going and just beat it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. But thank you guys for putting that out. I'll try not to do that again in the future. Also, I do want to give thanks to the artist that made the thumbnail here, which is ntnarts. Partnered with them again to make another Devil May Cry thumbnail, just like I did for the concept of Devil May Cry 1. If you want to go check that out, you can. But how this thumbnail came to be, basically, was just like the idea of Nero punching the ground Devil May Cry 4. I'm like, I kind of like that, because, like, you know, Kyrie was gone. So I'm like, what's gone here? We're missing Devil May Cry. Where's the series at? So I wanted to do something like that. And I'm like, you know what? Let's have Nero, instead of him like punching the ground just like regularly, maybe like with Overture or something like that, maybe shock it. Let's do his Devil Bringer, his true Devil Bringers, or his like Devil Claw arm things. So like that was kind of the plan here of what I wanted to do for this one. But yeah, they're pretty easy to work with, like usual. Their links will be in the description if you want to go follow them, ask for permission, so you can support them. And if you also want to watch the Devil May Cry 1 concept video, I'll link that in the description too below. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, a great night, a great noon, or whatever time zone you guys are at, man. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And Devil May Cry, I'm here waiting for you.